So these are 11 underrated and powerful features of the iPhone SE 2022. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm always impressed by Apple's cheapest phone that they sell, the iPhone SE. And it continues to be very impressive for what it offers you. Most people think it's a cheap phone that's old school, that doesn't have a lot of features, but I beg to differ. I think it is very underrated. And here are 11 reasons that this phone is super awesome and very underrated, and it has a lot of powerful features. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm gonna mention is Apple Pay. It's still just so amazing that even the cheapest iPhone, you can still use it for everyday purchases with NFC and using Apple Pay. That is one of the vital features that I use every single day. I think most people can agree that it's a very important feature. And when it comes to like other Android phones out there and stuff, not all of them at the lowest price point offer any type of payment. So this is just something that's being offered on the most expensive iPhone, and it works perfectly fine on the iPhone SE 2022. Something that the iPhone SE also offers that is the same thing as an iPhone 15 and the Pros and all that stuff is the ability to pair it with an Apple Watch. And that's one thing I wear every single day. It is the best smartwatch available across the board, doesn't matter what ecosystem you're in. And this just works perfectly fine with the iPhone SE 2022. The next powerful and awesome feature is the ability to use the Apple Card with the phone. Or let me kind of rephrase that. The iPhone can let you have the ability to use the Apple Card, and this phone is no exception. You cannot find the Apple Card if you're using an Android phone. So this is the same feature that's found on, again, the iPhone 15 Pros and other models that are more powerful than this device, and it works perfectly fine. You could use Wallet, you could use Apple Pay, see your balance. I love using the widget on my home screen and just looking at the balance right away, so I know how much is on the card and make payments to it very quickly. So it's my favorite credit card to use on my phone, and it's just very, very easy to use versus other credit cards out there. And it's only available on iPhones, and it works on the iPhone SE 2022. Another thing that you could use with the iPhone SE is the ability to set up an AirTag and keep track of them. It's a very cool tracker. I use it on my keys. My wife uses it. My kids use it. When I travel. It is just a very nifty device, and it works perfectly fine with the iPhone SE 2022, Apple's most basic, cheapest iPhone. A very underrated feature of the iPhone SE is that it has wireless charging. I think a lot of people forget that. They only focus on the Pro models and the more newer and expensive iPhone out there that have the standard of having wireless charging. But hey, it's also available on Apple's cheapest iPhone. And speaking of charging, this phone also has fast charging as well. And I know it has a smaller battery, but since it has fast charging, you don't have to really worry about that small battery. You plug it in with a 18 watt and above charger, and you really don't have any issues with it. It charges really quickly. It charges. I did the calculations and I did the timer, and it charges 1% every 45 seconds. So you plug it in for like half an hour, you're gonna get like 50% of charge. It's very, very underrated feature of this phone as well. Next feature is just simply the ability to use iMovie with this phone. You don't need to have a new, powerful, over-the-top expensive iPhone to run iMovie. I use it to make all my videos, and I simply just love the fact that Apple's cheapest iPhone has the ability to make movies on the go very easily and quickly, and good quality, and for free. One thing that really makes the iPhone SE stand out is just its small, compact, lightweight design. Feels so good and refreshing to have this phone in your hand and comfortably fit in there without doing gymnastics and trying to reach for the buttons and the screen and stuff. It fits in your pocket very nicely. You kind of forget that it's there, and it's not heavy at all. And it's just, it's just easier to use. And it's just very refreshing compared to every Android or every other iPhone out there. This is not bulky at all. So that's something that this really takes the cake when you compare it physically to all the other iPhones and Android phones out there. Next, I'm going to say that the iPhone SE has a super underrated camera. And iPhones in general have the best camera available for video and pictures, and this one is no different. You're gonna get some very awesome videos and pictures out of this device. You could shoot 4K from this tiny compact device, and it's not gonna be better than the newer Pros or the iPhone 15 or anything like that, or even some of the super Android phones out there, but you're just still gonna have some very awesome, good quality video and pictures from this camera. And it's only a single camera, it doesn't have two cameras or anything like that. It is just awesome that you're getting this on this value phone. Another super underrated feature that I think most people don't even think about is that this iPhone SE has eSIM technology alongside a physical SIM card, because the newer iPhone 14s and up and newer, they do not have a physical nano SIM card. They only have eSIM. And this phone, the iPhone SE, has both. So you have the best of both worlds. You can have two service providers on your phone, two different cell networks, two different phone numbers, and you could swap them out very easily with the physical nano SIM card, and also have multiple eSIMs as well. So this is something that's actually a better feature and has an advantage over the iPhone 15, for example. And the last thing that I'll mention that makes this a very underrated phone is just the price. On Apple's website, if you want to get this phone directly from Apple, it'll cost you $429, right? But don't ever pay that price. Get this phone on prepaid. As of right now, in winter 2023, you can get this phone for $150 on prepaid carriers, such as from specifically, usually from Verizon prepaid, MVNOs such as TracFone, Straight Talk, Simple Mobile, and you could also find deals from Boost, Metro, and Cricket. But the beautiful thing is that around Black Friday, I found these phones for even $50. So it's unheard of that you can get this tiny, powerful phone with very nice features. You can get it for as low as $50. You don't need to spend $800, $1,000 on a newer expensive iPhone or a Android phone that won't do half the things that this iPhone could do, the iPhone SE. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You get all those good specs that I told you, all those good features, and you can get it for only $50, and I'm prepaid. So there's no risk involved, and you're getting a quality device. Definitely, that's probably maybe the top reason people should get this device. Even if it's not as a main device, you can get it as a spare as well. So for $50 on Black Friday specials, you can get this phone. So yeah, this phone offers a lot of underrated features that people don't think about. It could be used as a daily phone. It could be used to make movies. It could be used as a 4K camera. It could be used for every single thing out there. Although it does have a kind of old school design to it, but the functionality is not going to be affected by it. You could use this as powerfully as any iPhone 15 or Pro model out there, and you won't be disappointed.